Hello, my name's Annette Pateman, and I'm here with you today to share a few of my poems. I've written some poems about Black History Month, and I'm very happy to be here in Black History Month with you. It's a month in which the Black community can enjoy and express achievements and share music, achievements, dance with you, the wider community. So thank you for tuning in and watching this video. I hope you'll enjoy the poems. Okay, I'll start with some music. I'm going to be using the thumb piano, the mbira, from Africa. I don't know if you've come across this instrument before. It's got a lovely sound. I hope you'll enjoy some of it. Okay. The first poem is called Black People. Black people, we bring the warmth of the sun, the heartbeat of the talking drum. We hear it in our music, R&B, blues, jazz, hip hop, reggae, soca, high life, and calypso. The rhythms of Africa spread through the Black diaspora. We are beautiful and strong beyond measure, used to build cities and nations. Brick by brick, stone by stone. Many are the wrongs done for which they do not atone. We find joy in life. We find joy in the day. Black History Month. Hooray! I wanted to do this poem for the young people because we are in a new year, and we went through a lot, and we have been through a lot, and we are going through a lot in the world as Black people and as people in general. And I just wanted to do something for the young people, to acknowledge them and to say, you know, we are so excited and so pleased to have them in the world. The clock. The clock goes tick-tock, tick-tock, marking time, calling to you, the youth. Our time is going, going, going. Your time is coming, coming, coming. Time to bring the changes the world sorely needs. The clock goes tick-tock, tick-tock, marking time, calling to you, the youth of our time. I want to do this poem, and it's a poem that talks about the differences between people, or at least the superficial differences. Black people, Africa's a very big place and a very big continent, very large continent, and lots of different types of people there, lots of different groups of people there. And then the Caribbean is a very large place, many islands in the Caribbean. And then we have the Americas, and Black people are in all these places and around the world. And we are all the same, but different in our own ways too. And this is what this poem is about. It's called Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark. We float here on a kind of Noah's Ark, a boat that will take us all. Jamaican, Trinidadian, Ghanaian, and South African, and many from that great continent, Africa, and the Greater and Lesser Antilles of the Caribbean. But one thing sets us apart. We are Black people. That time when we would walk apart from one another is gone forever. For the world sees not the different countries of Africa and America and the islands of the Caribbean. It sees the black and brown and sometimes white that makes us Black people. So we float here on a kind of Noah's Ark, on a boat that will take us all, but that cannot tell us apart. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to read this poem. It does hark back to an incident that happened last year in 2020, because I think it's important not to forget what happened, because I think it will help us all to make better decisions and going forward. It's called Minneapolis. Minneapolis, that great city. I have visited its streets. I have visited its theaters. I have visited its great shopping malls. Forever changed, forever stained with the blood of a Black man, a man named George Floyd. Killed when an unforgiving knee pressed hard into his neck. The minutes tick by. And there is no relief for George Floyd. No let-up of the pressure on his neck until he loses consciousness until he loses the ability to breathe, until he dies. This is Minneapolis on Monday, the 25th of May, 2020, Memorial Day in the USA. Now I will go to the pandemic. We are still, as I'm doing this particular presentation, we are still in lockdown here. But we look to a time when we look to better times. So I wrote this poem. You have to listen carefully to see, it's not very long, but you have to listen carefully to see what's going on here. Okay. I will see you again. 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 Thank you. So that particular poem, it's, if you see it on the paper, it has this running through it. So that it reads, I will see you again, if on the diagonal. I did that because for many of us are missing people that we haven't seen for quite some time due to the pandemic, and we live in hope of better times when we will see you again. I'm going to do this poem because it's one that quite a few people seem to like, and I just feel that with the new year coming, I wanted to share this poem with you. It's called There Is a Vortex Coming. There is a vortex coming, and I want to be at its center. For its center is still and quiet, and a place where things can be created. Further out, there is the wind, a fighting movement, and it isn't possible to stand upright and to think and create. So I know there is a vortex coming, and I want to be at its heart, where there is stillness and silence and space to create. Thank you. I want to share another poem. It's a poem about reggae music. I grew up listening to a lot of various forms of reggae music because it does have lots and lots of different types. I'm not a musicologist, but I can tell you that most people who like reggae music can tell that there is lovers rock, there is ska, there is blue beat, there is dance hall, there is reggae music. There are lots of different types. There's like the acoustic dub reggae music, which bands like Burning Spear, and lots of different types of there's lots of different types. So this particular poem is to do with lovers rock reggae music. British lovers rock sort of was started up in the 1970s, and it, as its name describes, it's a branch of reggae that is to do with lovers. So it's very to do with people getting together and love, and all the issues to do with love and relationships. And British lovers rock started in England, so it was very unique and very beautiful form of reggae music, very mellow. And I wanted to share this poem with you because it talks a little bit about that time. And so, yeah, you'll have to listen again to see. It's not a very long poem. You'll have to listen to see who is what. But I think you'll understand who the bees are. The bees, I will say, are the men. Okay, the bees in this are the men. The poem's called "The Bees Will Come." When the honeys are in the house, the bees will come. And so it was that it was free for the woman to enter the dance hall before 9 p.m. For women are the sweet sugar that attract the bees. We enter the dance hall. We are beautiful. We wear our fertile youth like a bright shawl that sparkles and beckons. We place our fashionable bags and purses on the floor. We form a circle. We sway from side to side, and we smile at each other. The ritual dance begins in time to the pulse of the reggae beat. Rhythm, 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 rhythm. First, one of our number is taken, and then the other, and then the other, till the circle is no more. We dance with the bees. There is the deep hum of the reggae bass. Rhythm, 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 rhythm. Eh, 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 eh. Eh, 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 eh. Eh, 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 eh. Eh, 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 eh. This is reggae dance hall. Thank you. I'm going to do one more poem because I have it here, and I would like to include it today. The poem is about one of my heroines, my heroes, and she is a Jamaican folklorist and someone I greatly admire. Her name is Mrs. Louise Bennett Cloverley. She was born in Jamaica, and she actually came to Canada and lived here for quite some time. And if you go to Toronto Harbourfront, you will be able to hear, you'll be able to go and visit the Louise Bennett rooms, Miss Lou's rooms, they're called Miss Lou's rooms, and they're by the Harbourfront, in the Harbourfront, as part of the Harbourfront Centre. And you'll be able to see some of her pictures and the poetry and that she did. What Miss Lou was well known for, she was known for, well, she prized the Jamaican language. She prized Jamaican patois. She said and she felt that Jamaican was a language in its own right, comprised of English, Tree, or the Ghanaian language, and some of the European language, Spanish, French, that kind of thing. And the three had got together, the three, four parts had got together and to make the Jamaican language. So I went to visit her rooms in 2018, I think it was, and certainly before the pandemic. And yeah, I was lucky enough to visit her rooms in Toronto by the Harbourfront. And I was inspired to write this poem about that visit. Okay. Miss Lou, it's called Miss Lou. Miss Lou, this one is for you. For you are we icon. And you tell we that we language, Jamaican patois, is no corruption of English, but derived from the English language. And you tell we that we African language is called tree, and that it is a very beautiful descriptive language of the Akan people of Ghana. Miss Lou Kuya, you is a linguist in Fiwi eyes, a queen of Jamaican folklore and poetry. Upstairs there at the Toronto Harbourfront Centre, the place of this Losing Our Words Conference 2018, part of the International Festival of Authors that I was fortunate enough to go and be part of. You, Miss Lou, have been honored. Those with time can visit and find Miss Lou's room. I stand up beside your picture, and I can pretend that you are here with me. I know that you give me strength even now to speak Jamaican patois. This I know Anansi story. I saw it go, I saw it go, I saw it go. Miss Lou, this one is for you. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the poems that I've shared with you today.